kind of talked a lot about having to kind of find other ways to score with a three-point shoot not being where you guys want it to be. Does it get more difficult though if other teams aren't closing out and kind of giving you those shots? Does it become more difficult to get those dribble drives and things of that nature?
Well, if you watch some of the film, they are closing out. They're running at us, and we just have to continue. You can't not shoot them at all. I mean, that's just not possible. We work on it every day. At some point, hopefully, we're going to get better at it. But the only thing we can do is try to get to the foul line. That's what we're really working on and trying to maximize every opportunity to get to the foul line and make a couple free throws. And I just believe that as time goes on, we're going to get better at making shots because I believe with a young team and an inexperienced team, they get down. That's why you see some of a couple of lopsided losses. They get down because they can't score, and when on the road, it's even harder. And I just think that as time goes on, if we can get them to get a little bit more confident offensively and obviously try to play the best defense we can, I think that'll help.
What do you do to emphasize defending the three at the same time?
Say again?
Defending the three, what do you do to emphasize?
I mean, you just have to be there on the catch. You have to know who the guys are to shoot them and be there on the catch. And some teams just have guys that can make them, even if you're there on the catch. So the best thing you can do is minimize them and hope that you don't give them second shots when they miss, where they're not, having a chance to make a three and also have a chance to have a putback. And we've been decent at that, much more than we were before the season, before the conference started, where guys are just making ridiculous amount of threes against us. But I think we've gotten a little bit better than that. And obviously they made 8 last game, but I think we got a little bit better at that. We just played the team and we stopped their 2 McDonald All-American pros, and then Phil Forte gets loose and make a couple shots.
Kind of that string of teams that look like they're NCAA tournament teams continues this week. What from what you've seen of Iowa State, have they been able to do to kind of stay right where they are, if not even better, from a year ago?
The one thing they do is they have transfers. They have older guys. They're talented guys that have come from big time programs, and they have some guys who come through the system. They got a talented freshman, and it's just a situation where they're in their swing right now. They have it going right now. And it's just going to be incumbent on us to make sure that we obviously protect the three-point line because, they shot 38 against Kansas. They don't throw it inside much, but that is their bread and butter is making threes. Well, along with that, they're going to get a lot of offensive rebounds if we don't really box them out and our guards don't rebound because they're going to be a lot of long rebounds. So we have to do a great job of defending the line. We got to get back in transition, and we have to rebound.
How do you handle the locker room during kind of a fragile time?
I continuously preach to the guys, no matter what the outside world says. I'm very realistic with my players. I say, guys, this is part of our journey. People can say whatever they want. I mentioned, one day I gave him Mike Krzyzewski's record his first 3 years in conference. It was 6-8, 4-10, and 3-11. And I said, did you guys know that? They said no. I even told them about the civil rights movement with Martin Luther King and his birthday yesterday. I said that, guys, who in 1960, whatever it was, ever thought that Obama was putting his hand on the Bible being a president? No one ever knew that. They don't have a perspective of history. So, like I told them, 5 years from now, when we win in the Big 12, who would have thought when we're going on, we're getting beat by 30 at Oklahoma State, that we would be Big 12 champs? No one. I say, but that doesn't matter. It's part of our journey right now. As long as we keep believing and we keep working, things will work out the way we want.
With that said,
you go ahead.
With that said, at 1-4 and what happened Saturday, is it sort of gut check time for this team? I mean, is that fair to say or not really?
I don't think so. I mean, there's a couple teams that's gut check time for if you want to use that, but I just think our guys got to keep getting better. You're just young and you're inexperienced. They're going through this for the first time. The number one thing I have to do is keep my energy level up high and be positive and be real and continue to make them get better and understand that it's just one game. Even if we win on Saturday, it doesn't mean anything for the game on. I mean, if we win on Wednesday tomorrow night, it doesn't mean anything for the game on Saturday. So you can't go. You go game by game and you start talking about the matchups are different. You're being on the road. One game we may play good, and one day your freshman may show up. The next day they may not show up, and you can't predict with a young team, an inexperienced team, from time to time what's going to happen. But there has to be some things that I know that's going to happen every game. So when we're not trying up to our ability, that's when there's an issue with me. When we can't make a shot, there's other issues involved with not making shots. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, Dusty, the 3-point as a team has been a point of struggle for you guys. Do you feel any added pressure because you're kind of the one that is looked to on this team to kind of get that going?
I don't really think about it like that, but like games like last game are going to happen. Like I'm just not going to be able to knock down shots, and teams are just going to have games where it's not going in, and so just try to have short-term memory, and you never know. Next game we might go from whatever percentage we shot up to 50-something%, 60%. Like, you never know how basketball is, and we just try to keep a positive mind and short-term memory as a shooter.
What have you learned most about kind of getting open for your shot? Because I imagine at this level you've had to do that more.
Well, you just got to work really hard and go off your cuts as hard as you can. That's something I'm learning, and yeah, you have to really set up defenders that are like Markel Brown's very athletic, strong. He's a big-time athlete, and you just got to find ways to trick them and just get enough space to get the shot off. But I got to make it.
You mentioned the short memory. How important is that coming off a game like Oklahoma State to turn back around and play Iowa State?
No, it's big because if you come in thinking about the last game, you're going to play just like you did the last game because you're just thinking about what recently happened, and if we don't think about it and come in with a positive mindset, we can play like we know we can play and get out of this losing streak.
The three-point defense has sort of been tough for you guys too. What have you talked to? What's been talked about amongst you guys about sort of quelling that a little bit? Being more alert, just where your man is, and just on help side, you got to sprint everywhere. And because if you take your eyes off your man, he can slip up to the top of the key, get a three, and stuff like that. So we just got to stay aware and just keep playing hard.
Iowa State's a team that likes to shoot the three ball. That's a huge part of their offense. Talk about the challenge that your perimeter defense will face this week.
We gotta definitely play pick and roll and stuff like switches and stuff like that. We can't just let it hand it off and then be behind the defender. And we got to be up into all their guys because all of them can shoot really well. And we got to make sure we just don't let them, like he said, lose sight of them and let them get open.
Talking about the mood of the locker room right now.
Oh, it's good. Obviously no one likes losing like this, but we're gonna keep going at it in practice. We've been working hard, and that's not the issue. And everyone in the locker room's upbeat. We're just ready to turn this around.
How much have you worked on kind of that floater? Because it seems like as teams have really concentrated on marking you as an outside shooter, there's going to be more opportunities for you to make plays that way. How much have you kind of worked on that and your dribble penetration?
I've been working on a lot. I've always kept it in my regimen, but lately I've been, because they run out so hard and they just worry about the three so much. It opens up for the whole team too. If I can get by them and dish it out and then let it be a 5-on-4, because my guy closed out so hard. So definitely trying to work on that.
Josh, will you talk about the mood in the locker room right now?
Everybody's anxious to play tomorrow. We're on a losing streak. We've been talking about it as a team. We're just ready to play tomorrow and show what we can do.
Still staying positive, obviously, with some of the struggles.
Yeah, everything positive in the locker room.
Three-point shooting has been a little bit of a struggle in terms of defending it for you guys, and Iowa State's going to come in, and that's a strength of theirs. What have you guys talked about sort of shoring up your three-point defense?
Pretty much just working hard. We have tendency of being lazy sometimes in the game. We don't get out to the open man. We don't contest shots. So we've been really holding each other accountable in practice and stuff to get out and contest every shot.
How about on the offensive end, as those shots haven't really been falling, what do you guys kind of have to do to make up for maybe a lack of scoring from beyond the arc?
Get to the foul line, get in the lane, make extra passes, dribble drive, and just pretty much get to the foul line and get heated up from that line.
Anybody else?
Aside from their three-point shooting, what are kind of some of the strengths you see from Iowa State coming in here tomorrow night?
They're a very good team, athletic, experience. We didn't have to play ball for 40 minutes.